We are at stage 8, paragraph page 658. And our last head word was need as a modal verb, new work type of lesson. Okay, so let's start with revision. Ready? Okay, here we go. First question. How do we express the idea of pastime with the modal should and ought to? How do we express the idea of pastime with the modal should and ought to? We express the idea
We express
of
the
pastime
idea
with the
in
modals should and
in the
ought
model
to by
should
following
and
them
compute
with the word have
by following
and a past participle.
out and past participle.
Where could give me an example? Give me an example, please. They ought to have gone to the police
They ought to have done to
after
the
the
least
accident, but they didn't.
really accident, but
They didn't.
they didn't.
Regan, is there anything you should have done yesterday but didn't do? Is there anything you should have done yesterday but didn't do? Yes or no?
Yes,
There's something I should have
there's
done
something
yesterday
I should
but
have done
didn't
yesterday,
do.
but didn't do.
What? What is it? I should have,
I should have my homework.
or I should have done my homework.
Homework.
Very good. What do I mean if I say that I ought to have called my mother yesterday? What do I mean if I say that I ought to have called my mother yesterday? If you say that you ought
If you
to
say
have called
that you ought
your mother
to the goal
yesterday,
very much
it means
yesterday,
that you did not, in fact, call her.
it means that
You did
it's due
you
to
did not, in fact, call her.
we did not,
In fact,
uh, in fact,
call her.
call her.
Very good. How do we express a future idea with should or ought to? How do we express a future idea with should or ought to? We express a future
We
idea
express
with should
future
or
idea
ought to
with to
by
or
using a
to
word or phrase
by using the
that
word phrase
expresses future time.
that is future time.
Very good. Give me an example. Give me some examples, please. He should do it as soon
If
as
you do it
possible.
as soon as possible,
They ought to arrive next week.
they ought to arrive
Next week.
next week.
Well, is there anything you know you should do tomorrow but perhaps won't do? Is there anything you should do tomorrow but perhaps won't do? Yes or no?
Yes,
There's something I know
there's
I
something
should do
I know
tomorrow but
I should do
perhaps
tomorrow,
won't do.
but perhaps don't do.
Very good. What is it? I should.
I should travel packing.
Very good. Okay, next. When your shoes are dirty, do you just clean them or do you polish them as well? When your shoes are dirty, do you just clean them or do you polish them as well? When my shoes are dirty,
When my shoes are
I
dirty,
don't just clean them,
I don't just clean
I
them,
polish them as well.
I polish them as well.
Very good. Do you have any special ability that most people don't have? Do you have any special ability that most people don't have? Yes or no?
No,
I don't have any
I don't
special
have
ability
any special
that
ability
most people don't have.
people don't have.
Very good. What's the biggest expense in your daily life? What's the biggest expense in your daily life? The biggest expense in my
The
daily
biggest
life
expense in
is
my daily life is
what do you spend more? Food, um,
gum.
transportation, gum. Very good. Okay, next. What does the verb to postpone mean? What does the verb to postpone mean? The verb to postpone
The verb
means to
to
delay something
postpone means
until a better time. To delay
until
something.
or later time.
One more. The verb to
The
postpone
verb
means
to postpone,
to delay something.
delay something
Until a better time.
Until a better time.
Very good. Why are football matches sometimes postponed? Why are football matches sometimes postponed? Football matches are
Football
sometimes
matches
postponed
are sometimes
due to bad
postponed
weather.
due to bad weather.
Very good. Do you think people suffer from stress more these days than they used to? Do you think people suffer from stress more these days than they used to? Yes or no?
No,
I don't think people
I don't think
suffer from
people
stress
suffer from
more
stress
these days than they used to.
more these days than used them,
Than they used to.
but they use them.
Very good. Name some situations that people normally find stressful. Name some situations that people normally find stressful, please. Some situations that
Some
people
situations
normally
that
find
people
stressful
normally find
are
stressful
arguments,
or argument,
examinations, job interviews,
examination,
etc.
job interview, etc.
Very good. What does the word afterwards express? What does the word afterwards express? The word afterwards
The word
expresses.
like
One more. The
expresses
word afterwards,
custom board
afterwards
afterwards
expresses the idea
expresses
of
the
after that.
idea of afterwards
After that.
after that.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. They got married, but
They got married,
separated soon
but
afterwards.
they separated soon
Afterwards.
the afterwards.
Very good. When we're painting a room, what is it important to do first of all? When we are painting a room, what is it important to do first of all? When we're painting a
When
room,
we are
first of
painting
all,
a room,
it's important
first of all,
to cover
it's
the
important
furniture
to
so
cover
that
the furniture
it doesn't get
so that
paint on it.
it doesn't get pain of it.
Very good. Okay, next. Until what age must a child attend school? Until what age must a child attend school? A child must
A
attend
child
school
must attend
until
school
the age of.
until the age of 18.
Very good. Why should shopkeepers always try to be polite when they attend to customers? Why should shopkeepers always try to be polite when they attend to customers? Shopkeepers should always
Shopkeepers
try to be
will
polite
always try to
when they
be
attend
polite
to customers
when they attend
because
the
they
customer
want the
because
customers
they want
to
the
come back
customers
again.
to come back again.
Reggie, do you attend to everything the teacher says during the lesson? Do you attend to everything the teacher says during the lesson? Yes or no?
Yeah,
I attend to everything
I attend
the teacher
to
says
the receive
during the
teacher
lesson.
said during the lesson.
Very good. What would you say was the most moving event you've ever seen? What would you say was the most moving event you've ever seen? I'd say the most
I said
moving event
the
I've
moving
ever
event
seen was
I've ever seen was
what? Marriage or weddings.
mm,
Weddings. Very good. Next, what kind of things move people to tears? What kind of things move people to tears? The kind of things that
the
move
kind of thing
people to
that makes
tears are
people to
music,
tears are
sad films,
music,
weddings,
short film,
etc.
weddings, etc.
Very good. Tell me one common way of making a request. Tell me one common way of making a request, please. One common way of making
This
a
one
request
common way of
is
speaking
to say,
and
can you
request is to say
or
can you
could you?
or could you.
Which is more polite, can or could? Which is more polite, can or could? Could is more
Could
polite than can.
is more polite than can.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. Could you possibly lend me
Could you
your
possibly
pen for a
lend
second, please?
me
Very good. Okay. Tell me another way of making a request. Tell me another way of making a request, please. Another common way of making
Another
a
common way
request is to
making a
say,
request
do you mind?
is to say,
Or would you
do you
mind?
mind or would you mind?
Or would you mind? Very good. Okay. Would you say, do you mind, or would you mind if he wanted to be especially polite? Would you say, do you mind, or would you mind if he wanted to be especially polite? I would say, would you mind
I'd say, would you mind?
if I wanted to be especially
Wanted to
polite?
be especially polite.
Very good. Give me an example. Give me an example, please. Would you mind passing
Would you
me
mind
that book, please?
passing me a please?
That book, please?
The book, please?
Very good. What did you do if you wanted to spoil someone's pleasure in eating their lunch? What did you do if you wanted to spoil someone's pleasure in eating their lunch? If I wanted to spoil
If I want
someone's
to spoil
pleasure in eating
someone's
their
pleasure,
lunch, I'd talk
if
about
eating the
something
I
unpleasant.
think about being unpleasant.
Very good. Do spoiled children usually lack discipline? Do spoiled children usually lack discipline? Yes, spoiled children
Yes,
usually
spoiled
lack
children
discipline.
lack physically.
Wait, if you were dying of hunger, would you share your last piece of food with another dying person? If you were dying of hunger, would you share your last piece of food with another dying person? Yes or no?
No.
If I were dying of
If
hunger,
I were dying of
I
hunger,
wouldn't share my last
I
piece
wouldn't
of food
eat last piece
with
of food
another dying person.
with another kind sand
Dying person.
dying person.
Ragged, why do brothers and sisters often share bedrooms when they're young? Why do brothers and sisters often share bedrooms when they're young? Brothers and sisters
Brothers and
often
sisters
share bedrooms when
of
they're young. One more.
often
Brothers
share
and sisters
brothers and
often
sisters
share bedrooms
often share
when
bedrooms
they're young
when
because
they are young.
there aren't enough
There
bedrooms.
are
Enough
uh,
bedrooms.
enough bedroom.
They're afraid of sleeping
They
on
are
their own
on
in the dark, etc.
in the park, etc.
Have you got any shares in any companies? Have you got any shares in any companies? Yes or no? No, I haven't got
No,
any
I
shares
haven't got
in any
any shares
companies.
any companies.
Very good. What does the idiom I don't know if I'm coming or going mean? What does the idiom I don't know if I'm coming or going mean? The idiom I don't know
The idiom
if I'm
I don't know
coming or going
if
means I am
I mean
confused.
I am confused.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. Don't ask her to help.
Don't ask
She's
her
so
to know.
busy that
Please don't
she
busy
doesn't know
when she doesn't
if
know
she's coming or going
if she's
at the
coming
moment.
or going at the moment.
Very good. Give me an example of need as a modal verb in a question. Give me an example of need as a modal verb in a question, please. Need he come to work
Did he
next Saturday? Or need he
next
come
Saturday? Or did he come
to work next Saturday?
work next Saturday?
Okay, one more. To work next
To
Saturday.
work next Saturday.
Give me an example of need as a modal verb in a negative sentence. Give me an example of need as a modal verb in a negative sentence, please. He needn't worry about
We
the
didn't
exam.
worry about
The
into
exam.
the exam.
Very good. Need you look at your book to answer that question? What need you look at your book to answer that question? No, I needn't look
No,
at my book
I didn't
to
look at my
answer
book
that question.
to answer the question.
Very good. Need she help you to answer this question? Need she help you to answer this question? No, she
No,
needn't help me
they need help me
to answer this question.
to answer this question.
Very good. What does somebody mean if they say they needn't have done something? What does somebody mean if they say they needn't have done something? If somebody says that they
If
needn't
somebody says
have
that
done
they need
something,
them,
it
that
means
done something in
that they did
being,
it, but it
that
was,
they did
in
it,
fact,
that it was,
not
in
necessary.
fact, not necessary.
Very good. Tell me something you did yesterday that you didn't have done. Tell me something you did yesterday that you didn't have done. I needn't have carried
I needn't
an
have
umbrella yesterday.
an umbrella yesterday
Very good. So why did you? Why did you? Because I thought it was
because I
going
thought
to
it
rain.
was going to rain.
Very good. And that's the end of our revision. Let's have new word. Okay, very good. Okay, let's have the first steps. Okay, repeat. Association,
Association,
automobile.
automobile.
Very good. Okay, listen. Automobile is a noun. It also means car. Association is a noun. It is an organized group of people who have the same goal, job, etc. For example, football associations or automobile associations. Okay, let's practice. What kind of associations are there? What kind of associations are there? There are automobile
There are
associations,
uh,
automobile
auto, automobile
associations, football
associations,
associations,
football
etc.
associations, etc.
Do you belong to any associations? Do you belong to any associations? Yes or no? No,
No,
I don't belong to any
I don't belong
associations.
to any association.
Very good. Next, repeat. Disturb,
Disturb,
concentrate.
concentrate,
Very good. Okay, listen. Concentrate is a verb. It means to give your attention to the thing you are doing. Disturb is a verb. It means to cause someone to stop from working, sleeping, etc. For example, every little noise disturbs me when I because I can't concentrate on what I'm doing. Let's practice. Does every little noise disturb you when you're reading? Does every little noise disturbs you when you're reading? Yes or no? Yeah, does little noise disturb you when you're reading a book? Yes or no?
yes.
Every little noise
Every little noise
disturbs me when I'm
disturbs
reading.
me if I reading
When I'm reading.
when I reading
Why? Why? Because I can't concentrate when there's
because I can't
noise.
with their noise.
There's noise.
There's noise.
Very good. Next, repeat. Courage.
Courage.
Virtue.
Work too.
Very good. Okay, listen. Courage is a noun. It is the ability to do something that you know is difficult or dangerous. For example, I think it takes a lot of courage to act on the stage. Virtue is a noun. It means morally good behavior or quality. For example, courage is considered by some people the greatest of all the virtues because one needs it to be able to practice the other virtues. Let's practice. Do you think it takes a lot of courage to act on the stage? Do you think it takes a lot of courage to act on the stage? Yes or no?
Yes.
I think it takes a lot of
I think it
courage
takes a lot of
to
courage
act on the stage.
to act on the stage.
Why is courage considered by some people the greatest of all the virtues? Why is courage considered by some people the greatest of all the virtues? Courage is considered
Courage
by
is
some people
considered
the greatest
as some
of
people
all the
to
virtues.
complete a more due
Of all the virtues,
of all the modules
well, of all the virtues,
of all the virtues
because one needs it to be able
because one
to
needs
practice the other virtues.
to lead
Because
the people
one needs it
one needs it
to be able
To be
To
able
practice the
to
other
practice
virtues.
the other virtues.
Very good. Okay, next repeat loyal.
Loyal,
Loyalty.
loyalty.
Very good. Okay, listen. Loyal is an adjective. If you are loyal to someone, you are true and faithful to them and give them your support. Loyalty is the noun of loyal. Let's practice. What do we mean by being loyal to someone? What do we mean by being loyal to someone? By being loyal to someone,
By being
we
loyal to
mean
someone,
that we are
we mean
true
that we
and
are
faithful
too
to them
faithful to them
and give them our support.
and give them the
Our
postpone
support.
our support.
What's the noun of the adjective loyal? What's the noun of the adjective loyal? The noun of
The
the
noun
adjective
of the
loyal is
adjective
loyalty.
loyal is loyalty.
Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to reading. Okay, so our reading is at stage 8, page 633. Okay, and our last headword was to be on about. Idiom 17. Okay, so please start at page 634. Words not used in the plural.